Right, we're now come to the very last, very last speaker of the day, which is very sad, but also it's an amazing speaker. Again, someone I've known for an incredible amount of time now, James Kirkham. He was huge in the early days of digital marketing, and he recently joined Defected, which is quite a shock to me because it's one of the best labels around. Definitely one of the most innovative labels around. James, haven't seen you for a while now, so it'd be great to see you face to face in a weird sort of virtual way. You're going to have 99 seconds, and then you'll have the last questions of the whole festival. So for the last time, everyone, bottom of your screen, look at the Q&A icon, send me your questions, and I'll pick the best and put them to James. This is the last chance you'll ever have to ask questions at the 99 Festival this week, unless we go until next week. And don't everyone hang on, we've got the Defected record, an exclusive mix, especially for us, coming straight after James. So without further ado, James, it's over to you, 99 seconds, and the last chance for me to use my horn. Go.
What an honour to close this brilliant event. Well done all. Listen, we're in a pretty hard era, hard times. It's a difficult time. It was bad enough before we started talking about pandemics, with Trump's walls going up, with Brexit dividing this kind of nation, with the social toxicity everywhere. We've had trade wars, we've got culture wars, we've got real wars. But I do believe that we're in an era and a time that's actually going to lead to something pretty special and quite magical, and hopefully we're going to witness an explosion of creativity. Defected, as you say, is a label, a record label. It's about house music, and there's a line from Honey Dijon that is Dancefloors unite people in a way that governments and religions never could. We believe that, whether it be in Ibiza or on a festival in Croatia, and we've even believed it recently with the way we can do that on a virtual dance floor too. So even tonight, when we're on platforms like Twitch, trying to bring people together, it's about unifying and allowing them to express themselves in a way that they might have always done. So despite all of this madness and all of this hardship and all of that pretty hard times that we're witnessing, I genuinely believe, just like punk in the 70s or like rave and acid house in the 80s, we're about to see an explosion of creativity like nothing before. A richness that we can actually indulge in, and that's going to take us through into something quite special and epic next.
Amazing. I was not 9 seconds. Fantastic, James. Incredible stuff. I've got some questions coming in. There's a question here from Caitlin. When does Printworks reopen? I want to get back on it.
I don't know the answer, but, and I'm not a government advisor, so maybe not one for me.
But it's a question from me. You know, we've known each other for a long time. When I saw you go to Defected, it was a sort of a pleasant shock. So why a record label? You know, why did you go there after you just launched Copper 90, which was a huge success in the sports arena? Why?
Yeah, well, I was lucky enough to do 4 years in football at Copper 90 after agency days. It's probably best expressed. Some wag on my Instagram wrote when he saw my announcement that I'd moved to Defected, he said, "You're the only man I know who's managed to make a career out of his own hobbies." And I think it's something to do with the fact you've got to pursue what you enjoy, haven't you? I bloody love music, and I used to love football and still do, but I've always wanted to. I'm quite old now. I wanted to try and do it before I got too old to join a record label, and here I am, and it's brilliant. It's a bizarre time to be doing anything, as we all know, as you're so brilliantly executing today with this. We're managing those to still be noisy and relevant and putting out great music in this time, which is, yeah, a pleasure to be a part of.
Amazing. So a question from me again, look, we knew each other way back in the early days of digital, which was just kicking off. Looking back with that umbrella view you've got, what do you think of the digital media marketing industry now? You know, how well is it done? How far has it got yet to go?
I don't know if I ever see it now separated. Yeah, I mean, everything was kind of interactive this, or like new media, that kind of, we started in a time where you had to create that divide because you had to pinpoint what it was doing. But I don't know, it's like social media. I just see it now as like, you don't talk about, you know, using electricity to turn on a light. I just see it as a similar, it just permeates and is a part of every single thing. I still think, you know, there's a relevance and an importance for the right agencies to do the right stuff. Perhaps in recent years, there's been a lot of soul searching from Adland and interactive, if you like, what it used to be, and, you know, and digital agencies, and maybe platforms and passions took over, the places like Copper 90, the Lad Bibles of this world, your Vices and stuff like that. I think ultimately, though, as long as everyone bears influence on the world around them with wicked ideas that happen to be connected digitally, then we're all going to be in great shape.
Nice way of summing it up. Got a question here from Mark that I think might be the last ever question, but I like it, so might be, I think. Oh, there's a new one here. Like, okay, second last question. Music still has its boundaries. Dance floors are full of those similar to you, whereas in a club across the road, it could be a whole different tribe. How can music overcome the genre boundaries and help overcome our other boundaries?
I think music's just still this ultimate common denominator. I mean, sport and music for me always are. It's the classic cliche. You can go anywhere in the world, get in the back of a taxi, and you can either speak about, I don't know, house music or Man United Football Club, something like that. They're ridiculous connectors in that respect. You know, Defected are fortunate, and the likes of Glitterbox, where Katie Goodman is DJing for you guys later on, is representative of. It's this brilliant all access, anything goes, hugely welcoming, fantastic embracing of LGBTQ plus culture, like absolutely anyone and anything from anywhere. And that's got to be right and appropriate, never been more appropriate, in fact. So an ability to bring people together and unify is what music can do. And there aren't many things that can do it at quite that level.
Excellent. I've got loads of really good questions. So I'm just going to pick one very, very last question. It's from James Steele, just because he's asked so many good questions throughout the week. Do you think rave was the last great cultural revolution? Everything since, I do. Everything since has just been spin.
I think everything since has been more eclectic. Like, I hate using the terms like this, but like a shuffle generation did occur. And I don't think that's a bad thing. And look at playlist culture. If you look at my playlist now, it's quite ludicrously diverse, from soul and house and hip hop and disco. That's kind of cool. That came from the shuffle generation. But yeah, rave was definitely the last big movement alongside, you know, rave / maybe Britpop, you could argue, you know, which again, I happen to have been a big fan of back at art college when I was about 18 years old. But it's definitely rave that probably caught light a little bit more and actually influenced an awful lot more of us, the likes of house culture and everything that stemmed from it.
Amazing, James. You were our last speaker. You're amazing. Thank you so much. And we're about to go to the Defected House Party again. Thanks to you. Thank you. Thanks for joining us.